description said I'm a brilliant archaeologist. I work for Hand Archaeology Services, so I'm mainly doing digging stuff up. That's mainly my job. But I have an interest in woodworking, so green woodworking. When I did a course down in Aviemore, so if any of you are interested in doing a course with a person who does it every day, Wood and Tom, I definitely recommend. Everything I make was a big heap of stuff over there. I always do with hand tools, knives, axes, that kind of thing. Whereas obviously modern woodworking, you'll see a lot of power tools, big saws, circular saws, even jigsaws and things like that for fancy work, and chisels and things like that. But with the green wood, you're using much more of a light touch, but you're also working much more closely with the wood itself, how it bends, what it does naturally. Using green properties, obviously it's fresh and green, it's pretty flexible, and you can do things like using the grain of the wood going up, so if you twist it, it will hold the fibres together and you can twist it around, which is what I've done rather messily on this one, but I threw it together fairly fast. Because it's got those green properties, it's flexible to start with, but then as it seasons, it hardens up, so it gets stronger, but it also shrinks just a little bit, so it'll start to grip. And that principle is used in furniture making, but also on a larger scale, you can use it to make a building. If you start with green timber and you slot things together, put in a seasoned peg, so just a small bit of hardened wood, then the green bits will shrink and hold the joint, and the peg will stay sturdy, so it will grip round that. So it's a brilliant way to make furniture, and you don't need your joints to be quite as precise because they'll naturally shrink and grip. So I will just show you quickly how you make a mushroom. I've based the idea of making a mushroom on some Iron Age pegs that are found on the Crannog site. So basically, this is like a little introduction to basic green woodworking. So you take your piece of wood, and I'm going to start by creating a stop cut, basically, all the way around. So you pick how big your mushroom wants to be, your mushroom, and you carefully go around with a saw, and you're basically cutting a little a stop cut, as we would call it. But basically what that does is it stops your bit of wood that you're cutting off running. Obviously the grain of a piece of tree will grow up like this and you'll get rings. So when you start carving, you'll follow the grain, and the inclination is always it will follow it until there's some reason to stop. Another paper, so I've got a little point there, and then I'm going back behind that stop cut, further up the piece of wood, and then I'm chasing it down, and you can see because I've got that stop cut, it goes up to there, wood peels off, and then it stops. And these, as I say, are based on pegs from a Crannog site that they found. The pegs have this bit at the top and then they're straight, but if you want something to take home, I think it's nicer to have a mushroom. And then you just get your saw again and cut it off. Now you could do this with an axe. You can chop through a bit like that with an axe. It tends to blunt your axe a bit quicker. You can use exactly the same technique to make a mound, to bang in pegs, or for using with a chisel. All I've done is cut that same stock, cut, and then split it down, and then I've got a very useful mound which you can use for all kinds of stuff. So, I don't think this is like, yes, you're making a mushroom, and the mushroom in itself is the most exciting thing or the most useful thing in the world, but it's the same techniques that would then get you on to making spoons and other objects as well. Cut down a few days here. And you could do this quite easily with an axe, but you just don't get such a nice flat. So there's a few tools you can use for splitting. I tend to just use my axe. Alistair has brought. What's his name, Alistair? This is very good for getting it nice and precise, and then you will use a mallet, this one's quite slow, and then you use that to split. This one's a bit blunt, so I'll probably just use the axe, but it gives you the idea. You can get nice control points. So I'm just going to use this, and there's lots of different ways. I don't need to give it a big swing. I can. So I'm already into the wood. I'm exactly where I want to be. Grab the cap, and you'll see it starts to split down the wood, and it will be affected by knots and things like that. Might be a bit different on each side, but I'm using the natural grain of the wood, giving it a cracking split. So I'm not going to do much effort. I'm letting gravity do all the work and the weight of the axe. Key to green woodworking is not using too much muscle. Let the tools do all the work and your sharp edge. Get straight down to where my step is, my stop cut. And what I like to do on mine is I try to, if I'm making a spoon or whatever, make it so it's not just like buying a shop. So I tend not to leave it, try and get it perfectly straight or the same width all the way down. I quite like to, could you just pass me one of those out? Anyone will do. So I'll try and, I'll leave a big wobbly bit on the end. Now that's not necessary in any way, it's just to make it so it doesn't look like when you bought in a shop. But you get the idea that you can start to change it any way you want. You can change it to your hand, your preferences, and you can imagine in the past there's a lovely box in the National Museum of Scotland where they've carved the outside in fantastic elaborate patterns. I think it's late Iron Age, sort of Pictish kind of date, and they've carved it all the way around. You can do all kinds of fancy things, but I think the important thing from an archaeological point of view is we've lost so many of these objects. There's so few of them surviving. We really don't know whether, you can have a very reductionist kind of thought process in that everything is its simplest. You have a straightforward spoon, and I make a spoon and I use it to stir my porridge, and there is no fun, and everyone is grim and wears grey and is sad. Or you can have lovely, beautiful, elaborate objects that you've carved and put things on, and it just depends on what people want. And I'm sure they had a huge spectrum in prehistory, just as they do today, of whether people like things, whether it's to their taste, whether they have the time, the resources, sort of money as you say, not money. The next stage is that you can start doing a bowl. So this is a crook knife, also known as a spoon knife. It's got a curvy blade, that's the reason for the name. And you use it for making spoons. You can use them for bowls, but it's obviously a bit of a painstaking process. I'll leave it to that, you get the idea. But I would just keep working away, digging that out, and eventually you'll just keep refining, and you'll have a nice spoon-like object. And I will continue to refine this and get it ready for going in the box for our ancient technology box that will be eventually made finished in a couple of years, is that right?
No, finished at the end of this year.
End of this year. Oh, fantastic.
This year we'll have a load of stocks that will then be available to schools,